Good morning. Good morning, everyone. It's Darlene with Couture. If you've never watched one of my tutorials and you have no idea what this is, I'm going to show you. So we're going to make a cute little sign with this transfer. These are silkscreen transfers. They are similar to a stencil, but they have a silkscreen in them. I'm going to open this up. This is how your transfers are going to come. They're going to come in a little plastic sleeve like this. On the back, there are directions, so if you forget how to use it, you can just refer to your directions. I like to keep these. I put my pieces back into it. Wipe my hands off. I have chalk paste on them from my previous live that I did. Nothing new about that. So we're going to use our board and base. Our board and base is really cool. The base has a little slot and the board just fits right down in there. So you're going to put it down in either vertically or it's going to go horizontally. This one is a little bit tighter than they normally are. The slot is going to hold it really well. So if you want it horizontally, you're going to press it down and it's going to go that way. So if you want it vertically, you're going to turn it the other way. It actually is super tight. I have had them where it wasn't and they were loose and they fell out. So actually I think they might have made an improvement. So we're going to figure out which way we're going to do this. This is a new transfer and I haven't used it yet. It is called Home is Where the Cord Is. Really cute for people that do that play tennis. Some people, they do that on a weekend with their family. So this would be really cute just to put in a house or for a teenager or whoever that is on a tennis team. So you're going to cut, there's little cutting lines. They'll show you where you're supposed to cut. You're going to cut your pieces apart. That's your first step. Okay, so these are on a backer sheet. The backer sheet is glossy on one side, the side that you stick it onto. The other side is matte. I'm going to flip all these over. I'm going to put an X on the back. I do not want to put them back on that side. That is the wrong side. So I simply put an X. Some people sit and write. They'd put tennis rackets. They'd put home is where the cord is. I don't. I just write an X on it. I just put an X on it. So, excuse me. Froggy in my throat. Oh my goodness. We're going to figure out where this goes. Remember that this goes down into the slot. So you want to make sure that your design at the bottom is further up. So we'll start up about an inch. So we'll put this right here. This will go diagonally just like that. Those are our cute little tennis rackets and the ball. And we have our chalk paste colors chosen. This is Forget Me Not. This is our orange peel. And then we have parakeet. You want these to be the consistency of sour cream or yogurt. You're going to stir them. If they are too thick, you're going to spritz a little bit of water. Just use a water bottle. They suggest distilled water. I'm going to start saying that. Distilled water. Our water here is treated. It has chlorine in it. It has all the things. We have clean water. When I've gone up to the cabin, I worry because it's different. This is Storm. It's available in our 8-ounce. Black Velvet and Bright White are also available in the 8-ounce. These are 3 ounces. They last a long time. So our colors, this part I'm going to use these 3 colors in there. And on the tennis rackets, I'm going to use the back part of it. I'm going to use my Storm. It's going to look like it is the metal. So you want to fuzz this. It hasn't been used before. You're going to use a towel. This is our fuzzing cloth. You do not have to have one. You can use your t-shirt. You can use a towel. You're going to fuzz this before you put it onto your surface because this has not been used before and we want it to stick, but we don't want it to stick permanently. I'm gonna fold under my corners just a little bit so I have somewhere to peel from when I go to peel this off. I wanna peel it carefully. I'm trying to get it at an exact diagonal so that it looks right and it's centered. Okay, let's see. I was trying to decide. I think the background of the ball, I'm going to use our bright white. So I'm going to bring that in for that little tiny area right there. I'm going to take my multi-tool, and I don't need a ton of this. It goes a long ways. I'm going to put some onto my surface here. Take a little mini squeegee, and I got some at the bottom. Don't worry, it's water soluble. It's gonna wipe right off. No big deal. Gonna spread this quickly, put the excess back into my jar. So you're gonna scrape it. So you can put your squeegee straight up and down and scrape. So you get more leverage with it to scrape off that chalk paste. So we want to work quickly. I'm going to put this onto a paper towel. I'm going to take a little multi-tool, dip it into the white, and that's all you need of that. And then we're going to pull our transfer. You want to be careful when you pull it. You don't want to stretch it because it's kind of cut at an odd angle. So we're going to put this into a water bath, which I have right here. And then we're going to dry this. So first I'm going to wipe this up. So I have a little oopsie there, but no big deal. This is water soluble. All I'm going to do is take one of my paper towels. I'm going to dip it into my water, and I'm going to wipe that. It's water soluble, and look at that. It's gone. Okay. So no worries. Don't stress. Now we're going to dry this with our heat gun. You can use a hair dryer. You can just let it dry on its own. It's going to dry really quickly. You can see it change color as it starts to dry. Now I'm going to turn it just to air so that now it's going to take it back down to room temperature. You don't want your surface to be hot when you put your transfer onto it. Okay. Right, so now I'm going to feel it, make sure it's not hot. So we're putting this over a surface that has been already chalked on. You want to make sure that you are fuzzying it really well so it doesn't peel it up. The other thing you can do is I wax my other surfaces, so I have my rag that I've waxed my other surfaces. Just wipe over this with your rag, and I'm going to wipe the whole surface. Wipe over it with your rag so that it helps release that transfer. And then you're going to take your little transfers. This is the end wrap, so basically the handle part of your rackets, so the handle grip. We're going to fuzz this 6 times, and I was trying to decide what color. I'm just going to use blue. It really doesn't matter to me what color. I could have gotten out red. I feel sometimes red doesn't stand out as well on the black, so I wanted to have it be a color that would stand out really well. Gonna put this down here. I'm going to fold this little corner under so I have somewhere to grab from. And it's not exactly where it needs to be, so I'm going to try it again. You can see through it, so just take your time. You're going to press gently. You don't want to press too firmly. I need a multi-tool for this. I'm going to dip it into my chalk paste. So you can choose any color you want. I'm just going to make this easy today. Put the excess back into your jar, and then we're going to peel this little transfer, and then this is going to go into my water bath. And it did take up just a tiny bit of that, but I'm not, so you can see where it pulled. It's probably from me putting it back down. That's okay. I'm going to put that into my water bath. And we're going to do the ball. So you just want to make sure that we're going to do it sideways so that we don't have to dry this in between. I'm going to fuzz it 6 times so I can make sure that it's not going to peel up the other chalk paste. Or was it 7? Might have been 7. You're going to save those backer sheets. That's what you're going to put the transfer back onto. If something happens and they get thrown away, we do sell the extra backer sheet. You know, it's going to overlap like that. Let's do it like this. Let's go just like that. Okay, I'm going to use my green. It's not the perfect green, but it will work. It's not the, and I dripped again. Oh my goodness. It is a drippy morning. That's okay. No worries. We are not going to stress over this. And you're going to gently pull. Okay. I'm going to press down again. Let's make sure that we get this down there. Is not going all the way. Okay, oh, there's little things in it, that's why. Okay, so there are little, it's supposed to be like that. Okay, so I don't think I lined it up properly. You can use your finger, you can use a wet rag. Okay, so it peeled up just a little bit of the white, but I'm not gonna cry, it's gonna be fine. So you have your, and you could touch that up. If you were concerned about that, you can take a stylus and you can touch that up. You could take your little stylus here and you can touch up the white. No big deal. That's the great thing about this. You can use a paintbrush too. Okay, so that's all fixed. These little areas here, they're supposed to be open, but you know what? If I don't really like it like that. I'm going to fill it in with the green. This is the time to do it while it's still wet. So I'm just fixing that. No big deal. I don't like it to be open because I don't want it showing the black underneath. All right, so there I have my tennis ball. And now we're going to do the words up here. So we're going to use 3 different colors. I'm going to fold my corners under so it's easier to pull this up. I'm going to put this onto my fuzzing cloth, and I only need to fuzz it 1 time because this surface, it'll peel up off of pretty easily. And put that at the top, center it, and I'm going to use 3 colors. I'm going to do blue, then the green, and then the orange. So I'll need my small multi-tool for some of this. And for blue, let's see, I have a multi-tool already. I haven't used orange yet. I have another multi-tool for that. So you want to work quickly. And actually, I could use a small squeegee for the blue. So I'll get the blue done. So you're just spreading and then you're getting the excess off. I'm going to put that back into my jar. Next one is going to be my green. I just need to be a little more careful with that. It's almost too big. It's like I need a half of one of these guys. If I hold it at an angle and go like, and then drag it. Perfect. Okay. Make sure that all your letters are filled. Okay, and then I'm going to do the bottom. We're going to do that orange. Just spoon some of that on there. I actually can use a little squeegee. That will be fine. I'm going to spread it in there. I'm going to go sideways. Oops. You know what? It doesn't matter because I'm just going to pull this. I dripped on it. It's one of those days, honestly. It is one of those drippy days. Don't stress because I've already squeegeed that off, so it's not going to matter. This is going onto a paper towel because I have some of the orange in with the green. And then we're going to peel this. I'm going to pull it side to side. And I'm not going to worry. And there's a little bit of the green in there. But you know what? That's okay. I'm fine with that. There's a little bit orange there. That's okay. Not going to worry. This is just one of those cute little signs that's going to go on a shelf. And you can seal it or you can choose not to seal it. If you're keeping it for yourself, then you wouldn't seal it. If you're selling it, then you would seal it. This is going to go into a water bath so that it doesn't dry. You always want to clean your transfers right away. And I'll show you how to do that. So I'm going to clean my little area right here. I'm going to set this to the side. And what you're going to do, you put one, I'm just going to show you one. So you put it into a water bath. You're going to swish it around, get some of the chalk paste off. You're going to put it onto your surface. So you put it onto your surface. Grab a paper towel. You're going to take a Clorox wipe. You're going to wipe the front of this. Look at me, I'm messy. So you're going to wipe the front. You're going to dry it. You're going to dry underneath. You're going to flip it and you're going to wipe the back. And then just put this onto a paper towel to dry. And when it's all dry, then you can put it back onto your backer sheet. Remember the backer sheets? So when this is all dry, so I'm going to set it aside. And I won't make you watch me clean all of those. You get the picture. To get your chalk paste all nice when you put it away, you're going to scrape. If you're not going to use this in a short period of time, then you would want to spray a little spritz of water in there, but I'm going to use this in the morning. You're going to take a damp rag and you're going to wipe the edge, cleaning that up, and then you're going to put your lid on. So that will help save you a lot of headache doing it that way. And then when this is all sealed, it's going to go into my little vase. And how cute is that? It's going to stand on a shelf. Just like that. And you know what? I am not even worried about the area. You could do this all one color. I could go back and I could touch that up. If I was concerned about that, I could take my stylus and I could touch it up. Like the green area right there, you could touch that up. It's so easy to fix if you have a little oopsie. Don't stress. Don't think it's the end of the world. It's not. And this part, I'm not going to worry about that. There's too much. But that'll be fixed. And you know what? This is your project. You need to be proud of it. Every project is different. Every handmade thing is different. Don't stress if you have something that you don't think is perfect. No one else knows how it's supposed to be. And all of us artists, we know that each one is going to be different. You could set 10 girls down and things are going to turn out different on each one. So be proud of what you make and just have it be a fun time. Enjoy it. Enjoy what you're doing. If you want to know more about Chalkin Couture, just leave a message below. I'll send you some information. And thanks for joining me.